We had the same exact dream, and we carry the same exact name, Dwayne Tyrone Wade. To know we hustle all the way to the Basketball Hall of Fame is God's will. So, Pops, I know your knees are a little sore, but will you join me on stage as we take our rightful step into basketball heaven? This one right here, this one is for my father. I love you, and I'm thankful for you.
I love you too, man.
We in the Hall of Fame, dog.
I was just having a conversation with a woman a second ago, and something came to my mind as we were talking because of the particular subject that we're speaking on. You know why the main reason why, and the crazy thing is this, it shouldn't be no next anyway. It shouldn't be a next. It shouldn't be, you so worried about a next, because you're supposed to make it with whoever you allow to go as far as putting a baby in your womb. And it's funny to me, a lot of folk get in their feelings if men are responsible enough to have prenups and stuff like that, or they're to plan accordingly because they know the world they live in. Oh, they're not really in the relationship. They're planning for a failure. Nah, they're planning for your nature, 9 out of 10. But what's funny is you make plans. And usually what the problem is that these modern day women, these liberal Luciferian women, they don't like the fact, I told you yesterday, they don't like the fact that you can figure them out quick, because then, dang, what game can I play now? I usually have a list, and I usually have a routine of games I play every time I'm dating or every time I'm dealing with a rascal. 10 rascals I've dealt with, I've enacted my routine every time. I can't initiate my routine on this man. He figured it out so quickly. And the thing about it is, that person not only figured it out, but he's not running around here, because some guys figure it out and then they say stupid stuff like, but she thick, but she fine. I'll overlook this and that because she cute, because she got a big booty, because she got breast disease. Nah. The second you come across a man who don't care nothing about that, as I said, he don't care nothing about no coochie running off, because we outnumbered out here. Like I was told when I went off to school, when I went off to college, on that cap, it was like 3 women to every 1 man. Some cities you can go to, it's 17 women to 1 man. It's been that way from days of antiquity to now, to current day. It will always be like that for the most part. So when you get to the point where you're locked in a purpose, you're not worried about that, because you understand the one that's meant to get your attention will get your attention along. I told you all the time, for you, purpose is like taking a nice, long, beautiful, brisk walk, and then boom. Is that a lily? Is that what kind of rose is that? She has to get your attention, and she's going to be in the lane that you are already working and operating, because she's going to multiply what you bring. So getting back to the topic at hand, the thought that I was thinking of was that there's so many women that are making their complaints, or there's so many women that are frustrated with the fact that they're sitting, looking around at another man's children, the man they should have never left in the first place, and they're trying to figure out how to blend their families. They're trying to figure out how to do something that they always said they never do. I don't want to blend my family. I don't want chaos and da 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 da. But what you have to admit is that there's some chaos and there's some demonic something in your spirit, because that's why you got to the place you got right now. Otherwise, you never are in a place where your family's separated and all this other different stuff, because the stories and the excuses that have been used for decades, that it's always the men, that it's always the brothers, and he's a narcissist and abusive and this, that, and other. And yet more of that's coming out of you. We're done with that. So now we get to the meat. We get to the most common logical reasons as to why a man would not want to come behind another man. And even we go to the scriptures where it breaks down the fact that a father still being alive that sprayed you up, that put babies in you, and you go running trying to jump to another man, why you are defiled within your womb. This is why the scriptures always talked about, there were so many parables about this, a sower and land, a sower in a field, a sower in a field. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that is? Because in his dynamic, woman, you represent a field. You represent a place for a man to sow his seed. That's really where Mother Earth kind of came from. Because you are a place that seed takes root and you multiply it. The man is always the farmer or the husbandman or master of soil in the dynamic. So now when you really dig into the scriptures, it's almost like a manual to teach you and give you revelation on how you come in contact with bogus car salesmen. Because you have people that are constantly trying to talk you up as to why you should be proud to step up to another man's hard work. A lot of y'all don't even want to do y'all co-workers work at y'all job. A lot of y'all one of y'all biggest gripes, they can find you in a corner somewhere complaining, face tore up like a mother sucker because you got to come behind Jimmy, John, or whoever and do their job and they worked the first shift and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And now you got to come behind on the second shift and the midnight shift and pick up the slack. You don't even want to do it. But you try to sell these brothers on coming behind your ex-husband and the originator that started your family, all your children with them, and you trying to be on other Negroes. First of all, clearly you're not satisfied. Your coochie's not satisfied. Your vagina is not satisfied. Clearly, your spirit ain't satisfied because you can't settle into the fact that I gave my body to this one man. I've had all my children with this one man, but I'm still trying to go and experiment here and do this and do that and do that. That's what makes you like the woman at the well. That's what makes your generation adulterous, as Christ prophesied. That's what makes you defiled, or and like the field that the wheat and the tare was sown in. That's what makes you corrupt and deformed. And at some point, you gotta understand that affects your health. That affects having children, being barren, all this type of stuff. At some point, you got to understand, not to mention y'all do day after pills and birth control. You do all kind of stuff because it's your body, your choice, right? Now I'm going to speed it up and give it to you real clear and real blunt. You want some man to come behind who you started off with. He's not going to get you for the first time. You're not his virgin. You're not his first on a lot of stuff, but he's supposed to come by and pick up all this work. And the main crust, the main brunt of that work is you have a ready-made family that he has really no input on. And as much as y'all try to, people ask y'all real questions and interview y'all properly and ain't scared to ask y'all these questions, and you get to trying to stutter and looking around, yeah, he would be able to whoop them. Oh, he would be knowing you lying. And some of you actually say, well, no, they don't need that. Bye. Now you zip it to the real father. Some of the real fathers have the same experience that a stepfather would have. That's why they've backed off, and y'all call them deadbeats and absent fathers. So it's not that the man is a deadbeat. It's not that he just disappeared out of his child's life. It's not that he don't love his children or he just abandoned this woman. No, it's just that after he's played the games of her running to the government, being used as a pawn, not caring one moment, black power, the next minute, just don't care what you destroy. His children are in the middle of it. He cares. He don't want them to he don't want none of that stuff to hit them. But nonetheless, he's got to run through you and deal with you as if he was some new dude that you started dealing with. As if he was just some man that you just met. And, oh, man, you got 2 kids, you got 4 children. Oh, my name is Mike. And after months and after years, you and Mike decide to be together, and you treating Mike like he ain't the father, which is understandable. But you don't treat the real father that way. And it's crazy that both type of men are not around because of that. So yeah, one thing I've come to understand is that all the times the elders told us to pay attention, all the times that the elders told us to listen, even some cats that waited till they was 31, 32 to have their first child with a woman, whatever. You thought you took all the time you could take, all that, and you still find yourself into a situation. It don't matter if you preparing to be a stepdaddy, trying to find your way in your home and to lead, or if you're the real father. And the relationship 9 out of 10 ends because you saw that controlling, manipulative nature in that woman, and you butted heads so much because of her nature, because of her ego. You just went separate ways. A lot of you women who can't comprehend and read the room properly, this is why you're going to push men away, and this is why you're never going to have a chance with men. You better wake up. So I'm up out of here. I ain't going to play with her. I'm out, baby. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell.